welcome back to Document Understanding series powered by the AI Accelerators podcast. I'm Nisarga Satish and today we are continuing our deep dive on UiPath's Intelligent Extraction and Processing, or IXP for short. In our last episode, we explored what IXP is, its architecture, and the various tabs in cloud interface. And today we are rolling up our sleeves and actually building an IXP project from scratch. So I'm thrilled to have Prasanna back with us. He's going to walk us through a real world example that will help you understand exactly how to leverage IXP in your automation projects. Hi Prasanna, welcome back to the podcast.
Hey, thanks Nisarga. Really excited to show everyone how straightforward it is to build an XP project. We will be working with a practical use case today that anyone can relate to.
Perfect. So before we jump into the technical walkthrough, Prasanna, can you give us a quick overview of what we are building today?
Absolutely. Today, actually, we are building a country profile information extractor. Imagine you are working with the documents that contain country information like official reports, travel guides, or economic summaries. These documents have valuable data like country names, capitals, population, currency, GDP, and so on. Our IXP project will automatically extract all this structured information from unstructured PDF documents.
Great. It's a really good use case because it's something that everybody can visualize. You've got semi-structured data in documents that look similar but aren't templated, which is perfect for showing IXP strengths. So let's get started.
Sure. So first step is accessing the IXP module in your UiPath Cloud account. You will navigate to UiPath cloud.uipath.com. Okay. And after that, you will go to the IXP. Okay. You will see the IXP module over here. Now, here's the important point. If you don't see IXP listed, you will need to enable it through an admin console, and you will also want to make sure that document understanding module is enabled as well, since IXP module is built on top of the document understanding.
Okay, so I've seen this trip up a lot of developers initially. They log in expecting to see IXP and it's not there, right? The key is understanding that IXP is a licensed module and so your organization needs to have it provisioned.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. Once you are in the IXP interface, creating a project is straightforward. You will see a create project button over here. Okay. Click that, give your project a meaningful name. In our case, we are calling it country profile over here. Okay. And you can give the similar name to your project, and click on the create blank project.
That's it. So now I believe there is a quota limit on how many projects you can create depending on your license, right? So if you hit that limit, you will get a message saying you've exceeded the allowed number of projects. That's right.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Nisarga.
Okay. The initial setup is pretty simple. No complex configuration or prerequisites at this stage. Now, once we are inside the project, this is where the real work begins with taxonomy design.
Yeah, sure. This that's absolutely the first thing you need to do is to define your taxonomy. So when go to your the project, and go to the manage taxonomy, here is the the panel where you can define your taxonomy over there. And the taxonomy has two main components: the field groups and the fields.
Okay, so just to make it clear to our listeners, think of taxonomy as a schema for your extraction. If you worked with databases, it's similar to designing your table structure before you populate it with data. Right, so you need to know what you're looking for before the AI can find it. And field groups help with organization. They are your logical containers. And if you watched our previous episodes on document understanding, you would already be aware of what taxonomy is.
Exactly. It's all about organizing the related data points. In our country profile project, we created a field group called country information. Okay, because all our data points relate to country specific details.
Okay, and within that group, you define the individual fields. And these are your actual data points.
Right. The fields are the individual points you want to extract. In our case, we have fields like the country name, official name, capital city, population, area, currency, GDP, and time zone. Now, here's whether it's get interesting. You create a field group. You can provide instructions to guide the AI model. The instructions give context about what kind of information you are looking for, right?
Okay, so the instruction prompts are where you can leverage GenAI capabilities. You're essentially having a conversation with the model, telling it what you need, and the quality of your instructions directly impact the extraction accuracy. Right, so I found that being specific but not overly restrictive works the best here.
Absolutely. For our field group called country information, we have given the instruction extract the important information about the country. This tells the model the general context of what we are trying to achieve, but the field level you can get more specific. Let me give you an example. For the time zone field, we have provided the instruction that extract the time zone used by the country as mentioned in the document. Return the exact time zone format such as UTC plus 1 or CT. Okay.
That level of precision is what separates a good model from a great one, and you're essentially doing prompt engineering at this level.
Yeah, that's a great point, Nisarga. For an IXP, it offers several level field types that determines how data is extracted and interpreted. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, so if you click on the new field, you will get different types of fields over here. Okay, and basically Boolean is for true or false value. Date handles various date format. Exact text as it appears character for character. We also have option to take exact text or use infer text.
Okay, so the infer text is where GenAI really shines. Even if the exact text isn't in the document, the model will infer the meaning from and extract the matching values. Right. So exact text is great when you need verbatim extraction. And for example, think of a legal document where exact wording matters. And the infer text is powerful when documents express the same concept in different ways.
Exactly. You can also create custom field types if you have specialized data format specific for your use case. Okay, so here is the option. Okay, now we can go with the importing and data annotation. Okay, so basically here is the option upload documents over. The next step is to give your model some examples to learn from. You do this by clicking the browse button over here. Okay, and uploading the sample documents. Okay, this document should be representative of what you will be processing in production. In our demo, we have uploaded the PDF containing the information about United States and Germany. Once uploaded, these documents become available in the build tab. Okay, and you can click on preview to see it. And now here's what's the magic happens. You click on validate, and the XP model automatically starts extracting the data based on the taxonomy you have defined, right? Okay, so human can validate whether the model has performed better and extracted what it should extract. Yeah, so that can be done by human over here.
Okay, so now the first pass isn't always the perfect one, and that's quite expected, right? So this is where the human in the loop aspect comes in. So you review what the model extracted, correct any mistakes, and those corrections become training data. So each correction teaches the model and makes it smarter for the next document.
Yeah, that's the iterative importance cycle. And IXP model requires minimum of about 10 annotated examples per field to start computing meaningful performance and metrics. But even with just few examples, you will see the model improving rapidly. Okay.
Okay, so we have defined our taxonomy and trained our model with sample documents, and now we need to understand how well it's actually performing. So this is where the measure tab becomes invaluable to us. So Prasanna, can you walk us through the key matrices that we have in the measure tab?
Yeah, sure, Nisarga. So, Measure tab is your analytics dashboard. Once you have sufficient training data, it automatically computes three key performance metrics: F1 score, precision, and recall. Let me break down this. F1 score balances precision and recall equally. A model with high F1 score produces fewer false positive and negative scenarios. Think of it as an overall grade for your model accuracy, right? And precision is basically deals with whether all of the extraction the model made, how many were actually correct. Okay, so that is the precision. For the recall, it tells that whether all of the extracted data, all the correct data points in the documents, how many did the model actually find, right? So that's what the recall is.
All right, Prasanna. So we have built a model, trained it, and we are seeing good performance matrices. Now comes the payoff, right? Deploying this into an actual automation, and publish tab is where the deployment happens, right?
Right. The publish tab shows you all the versions of your model. Each time you make significant updates, IXP creates a new versions automatically. Okay.
Okay. So the version management is critical in production environment. You want to be able to roll back if a new version underperforms, or to test updates in staging before pushing it to production.
Yes, you are right, Nisarga. So basically, in the studio, you use the extract document activity. This activity requires UiPath document understanding activity packages as dependency, and so make sure you have it installed. The activity properties, you select the IXP project. In our case, it's a country profile, and choose the version you want to use, typically the live version. For the production and automations, you provide the input document path over here. Okay. And the activity outputs a structured data variable containing the extracted information with the confidence score, right?
Okay, and that structured data variable is what makes it so powerful. You're converting unstructured PDFs into queryable, usable data that your automation can work with. You can loop through fields, apply business logic, write to database, populate applications, and much more. And all of the downstream automations become possible because you have clean, structured data.
Exactly. The confidence score is incredible, useful for building robust production ready automations.
Okay. Okay, Prasanna, so that brings us to the end of our podcast. It's been a really fantastic one, and we've covered the complete journey of IXP from creating a blank project to deploying a working extraction model. And thank you so much for all your insights.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Nisarga. And remember, you don't need to be a data scientist to build these models. The combination of taxonomy design and GenAI makes intelligent document processing accessible to any RPA developer.
Absolutely. So, for our listeners, I encourage you start with a simple use case like this one and build your confidence with the platform. Uh, and thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in and watching our podcast. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Nisarga. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Sure. Thank you.